great audience. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning. That is Let the Lower Light Be Burning. My name's Tim, the Piano Man. Here's another gospel tune that I hope you enjoy. Thank you. What a great audience. Thank you very much. I'm playing some of my favorite gospel tunes today. And I'm going to play one more before we move on to some Elvis Presley. This one's called There's Power in the Blood. Thank you very much. What a wonderful audience. Now here's that Elvis Presley I promised y'all. Blue Suede Shoes is correct. My name's Tim the Piano Man. Here's another Elvis tune I hope you enjoy. great audience. Thank you so much. Here's another Elvis tune that I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. Thank you. That is Love Me Tender. That's another Elvis tune. My name's Tim the Piano Man. If you have a request, just let me know, and if I know it, I will play it. And if I don't know it, I'll play something else. Let's do a Louisiana country tune. Got it. what a great audience. Thank you very much. Here's another one I hope you enjoy. This one's called Misty. I'm going to put a little swing on it. Thank you. What a great audience. Thank you very much. That one's called Misty. Hey, how you doing? Here's another one that I hope you enjoy. This one's called Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. Thank you so much. You know, the Platters did that one, and the Platters also did this next one. This one is called Twilight Time. Hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. What a wonderful audience. Thank you. Hey, how you doing today? Remember, if you have a request, just let me know. If I know your song, I will play it. If I don't know it, I'll play it anyways. Wait, no. That'll get me into trouble. I used to say that, and I got into trouble, so I've learned my lesson. If I don't know it, I'll play something else.
Thank you for coming. You're very talented.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any gospel song? Sure. How Great Thou Art. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll do that one. I like it. you. That was a great request. That was for How Great Thou Art. Now I'd like to play another gospel tune. This is one of my favorite hymns. This one's It Is Well With My Soul. Thank you very much. That is It Is Well With My Soul. And I know that y'all like gospel tunes, so I'll keep playing a couple more. Here's one. This one's called, let's do Blessed Assurance. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here's Amazing Grace. Thank you very much. Thank you. sound great. You sound wonderful. Keep singing. Keep singing. My name's Tim the Piano Man. That's it for me for today, folks. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. You could have been anywhere. You could have been taking a nap. But you chose to be here, and I thank you. See y'all next time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. You don't have the code. Thank you. Thank you, Connie.
You have a good day.
You as well. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for joining. My name's Tim the Piano Man. I'm just getting in my car. I play piano at retirement communities, and I do it full-time. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate everybody for subscribing. It's really wonderful to see so many people subscribing. It's just me playing piano mostly, and then talking afterwards if I got time. Today I have a little bit of time. Going to my next gig pretty soon. And I'm super grateful to be doing this work. Easy Piano Gigs is the name of my book on Amazon. If you search how to get piano gigs, then that comes up first. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, so what I do is I play at retirement communities. So 3 things need to happen for me to play your request. 3 things. Here's the first one. The first one is I have to see your request in the chat. That has to be the first one. If I don't see it, then it's not on my radar. So first I need to see it. Second, I need to know it, and I don't know everything. I don't really read sheet music. At least I don't sight read on the spot. I've never really been good at that. But I have always relied on my ear, so if I have heard a song, sometimes I can pick it out. But here's the third criteria, y'all. The first one, I have to see it. The second one, I need to know it. The third one is it needs to be appropriate for the gig that I'm playing. Yes, I get hired to play gigs, mostly at retirement communities. This is what I do full time. I mean, I play a lot of shows, y'all. I play probably, I'm gonna sound so braggadocious right here, but it's the truth. I probably play more piano shows than any other piano player that you know. The reason is because I've been doing this very niche work, very niche, for about 10 years now. Probably more than 15, about 15 years, but it's been full-time for maybe about half of that. Full-time for maybe about half of that. So it has to be appropriate for the seniors. If it's not appropriate for the seniors, then I can't really do it. Like, for example, and this one, honestly, this next one, I go back and forth about. Sometimes it's appropriate if the place is like more open-minded, if the facility is like, I don't know, cooler, has a cooler vibe, or maybe they're just like more contemporary. Golden Hour. I saw a request for Golden Hour. Love that tune. It's a great tune. But I didn't get the vibe that it would be appropriate today, at least in that gig. I have 4 other shows today, y'all. It's crazy. I'm drinking plenty of coffee. Okay, so now I can do shout-outs. I can't do shout-outs when I'm playing the shows because, you know, there's a senior audience there and everything, but shout-outs. Zana Strawberry says, hi, can you please play Furless? Oh, I think you meant Furless. So I couldn't read that, so I didn't see it. It didn't meet the first criteria. I could have done it, though, because it meets the second and the third. It meets the second criteria is I know it, and I do know Furless. The third is, it is appropriate for the senior audience. That could have worked, Zana. Next time if you spell it right, then I'll do it, because I did not understand what you were saying at first, but now I understand that it was Beethoven. Okay. Intradi says hi. Maths Simplified says hi. I subbed. Hey, thank you so much. Jackson Stowers says ho. I think you meant hi. Hi, Jackson Stowers. Maths Simplified. Okay, since weird thing about in the States, for some reason, the word math is considered the plural of mathematics, or the shortened version of mathematics, whereas across the pond, our brothers and sisters in the UK and perhaps elsewhere can use maths as the plural for mathematics. Now, which one is correct? I don't know. That I don't know, but it's cool. Maths Simplified. Are you tutorial service? Hey, if you need help with math or maths, either one, check out Maths Simplified. Shout out. Rashmi Upade says, what are you playing? Falling in Love with You. Nices. Thank you for commenting. Thanks for subscribing, everybody. Yes, that was I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. That's an Elvis tune. That's what I was playing. WR Silas says hi. Edu Pop says, yeah, you're so good. Can you play Make Me Feel by MJ? I love Michael Jackson. I mean, Michael Jackson is a timeless global pop star. I mean, just like he's one of the top ones of all time. I could probably play it, but I didn't see it. I think I know it, so I didn't see it, so that missed the first criteria. I think I know it, possibly second. Is it appropriate for the seniors? Maybe. Arguably. Thanks anyways. Yvonne CP says hi. Eepy Beans says hi. Thanks for joining, everybody. AAA Cubers says, play Bil Bil Pakistan. Bil Bil Pakistan. I don't know that one. Okay. Zen Admin says 44 watching. Yeah, we had up to 44, maybe more watching today. That was great. Josie says, keep up the good work. Can you play Golden Hour? Ah, I love that tune so much. I love it, but I didn't think it was appropriate for this particular gig. This is a more conservative audience. They wanted to hear hymns. They wanted to hear Elvis. You know, they're like a fairly small town on the outskirts of Little Rock. So I serve the audience, y'all. I serve the seniors. So it didn't fit the third criteria. Sometimes it does, but if you stay tuned, you probably will hear me play Golden Hour at some point. Pancakes VR says, wonderful. Thank you, Pancakes. Joe Price Music says hi. Potato Soup says hi. Howdy. Thank you. Jassie's Bracelets. You are amazing. Keep that in mind. Oh, thank you. That's very kind to say. I'm blushing. Jassie's Bracelets. Hey, I'm guessing that if y'all need bracelets, check out Jassie's Bracelets. That's Jassy, Jassie's Bracelets. Eternal says hi. Jassie's Bracelet says also you earned a new subscriber. Enjoy. Thank you very much. I will enjoy having you as a subscriber very much. I'm super grateful. Natoof says great music as always. Thank you, Natoof. Kelly Andrade just sent me a bunch of yawning emojis. Well, I know it's not as exciting as the piano playing. Or maybe you're tired. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a fighter. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing, everybody. All right, that's the end of the live stream for today. I've got to eat on my way to my next gig so that I make sure that I get proper nutrition throughout the day. Olive, I hope you have a great day too. Thanks for commenting. Subscribe if you want more piano shows. It's mostly piano shows on this channel, mostly piano music. I'm a 31-year veteran of the piano industry. I'm 36 years old. And I just play music, and sometimes I chat and do shout outs. So if you want a shout out after the show, then stick around. Sometimes I'm able to do it, sometimes not. I would keep streaming if I didn't have to eat lunch, but I'm gonna eat and drive at the same time, and I can't do it all, y'all. But I appreciate y'all so much. See you in the next one.